I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Damn.
What's up, everybody? It is official. Boomerang Season 2 is back. March 11th, 10:30, 9:30 p.m. Central on BET. So today, right now, right here, we got a Boomerang special to get y'all hype and pumped about it. We got the cast here. I know y'all don't see me by myself, okay? If you don't know, I am Porchia coming back from Season 1, joining you again. Porchia Carter. I am joined by my lovely, wonderful panelists, Chef Beanz.
Chef Beanz coming through with the mental cuisine.
Hey guys, I'm Missy Vernier. Why you do that? I can't follow up after that.
It is okay, but y'all, not only do we have our wonderful panelists in the building, we have the most amazing, special individuals who just so happen to be the face of the show. Y'all ready for this? To my far left, on the end, we got RJ Walker.
What's happening? What's up?
Who plays David, the pastor?
Yeah.
Pastor.
Okay, the pastor. Get you right, all right. And then sitting on the couch, we're going to go from this way to that way. Don't quote me on left or right, okay? We go start with Brittany Inge.
Oh, not Inge.
It's Inge.
Like binge watch.
Brittany Inge.
That's right.
Yes.
Right.
My bad on the pronunciation of your last name. Okay, we got Tetona Jackson. And then we also got Tequan Richmond. All right, y'all. So let's get this thing started. First of all, how excited are y'all that the show is coming back?
I'm very excited. I feel like I channeled a lot of, like, to fight yourself out of the friend zone. I was just very proud of how you did that, man. So I got a lot to talk about. I'm telling you, bro.
Damn.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Tough.
Yeah.
No.
What about you?
Oh, I'm lit. I'm excited. Y'all are like girl bosses. I totally feel the energy.
Thank
Love
you.
it. I'm so
Thank
excited.
Thank you.
She said, "Girl, bosses."
Is this my turn?
Yes. What about you?
Man, I mean, I gotta say, Season 2, we really stepped our game up, and I'm excited for all the strides that everyone in this cast made. So yeah, y'all better tune in.
Yeah.
Facts.
You gotta watch.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What about y'all? How y'all feeling?
I am super excited about the evolution of all of our characters.
Yeah.
We're all going on respective journeys this time. I think this time the story is less about, it is about how we support each other, but it's also about how we're each taking the lead and the reins of our own story. And I'm really excited to see how it all unfolds and to hear Black Twitter and everyone else's reactions to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just
I
Black
agree,
Twitter,
yeah.
but Twitter.
Twitter, I know, but
period.
Black Twitter be going
Yes.
in on us. So,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, but everybody got their opinions. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm just piggybacking off of her. I'm excited. It's going to be a great season. I think it goes a lot deeper than Season 1, which I'm really excited about. You get to see a lot more.
Perfect.
There's some fantasy. There's a lot more
it's
to
deeper,
kind of.
and it's way more creative.
Yes,
Okay.
high
Yeah.
concept. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nuts.
Yeah.
Speaking
It's nuts.
of creative, so I read on Deadline that Season 2 was directed solely by women of color.
Yes.
Black women specifically.
Oh, okay.
Let's be
take that
clear.
back. Okay. Season 2
By
of
Black women.
Boomerang was entirely directed by Black women.
That is correct.
Can we
That's
talk
correct.
about that?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, Black women can do anything. And I think not always being able to be given that opportunity, but knowing that you have it inside you all along. I can't speak for the directors,
Yeah.
but I know that they stepped up to the plate and
Yeah.
they delivered.
How do y'all feel
100%.
about diversity and inclusion in Hollywood?
Please,
Well,
more.
let's just not say Hollywood. Let's say television.
It's getting better.
It's growing, but I think we still need to, push
Still
for
got
it.
some
Yeah.
work.
There's
More,
a lot of
please.
work that needs
More,
to be
please.
done.
I feel like something like this shouldn't really be taboo. I feel like it should be here's someone else in the position that deserves it. But
Yeah.
because there's been so much like divide and ego in this town, let alone this industry, we got it all messed up. But now we're getting back to where things should be, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The
Right.
best person for the job, no matter what they look like, no matter
Exactly.
where they
Right.
come from. The best
Exactly.
person for the job.
It shouldn't be taboo when you know. For someone to study for so long and want this and only be kind of like shunned away because of their identity or how they look, it's ridiculous. But Dime Davis, Cottrell, Tiffany Johnson, they killed it
Yeah,
this
they
season.
killed it.
Yeah.
Killed it.
But I think in general, I think one of the things I love about our show is like not just directors or the cast. It's like the crew is also
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of people of color.
For
so
sure.
Yeah.
Love
it's
it.
cool to show up to work and like be around that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nothing like being around your people and your people in a creative space, because we don't get opportunities. Well, we do get opportunities, but there is not a wide range,
Right.
and like there is always a bar set that we always gotta, cross the
very
threshold
limited.
over,
Right,
and it's like 1, 2, 3. It ain't like everybody all at one time. So to see everybody all at one time doing it big, I am just proud. I'm just proud.
Yeah, it's a privilege.
I love this show so much.
Thank you.
I love it so much because this show, honestly, like it broke so many barriers last season. It talked about a wide range of topics from the Me Too movement, exploring sexuality, dibbling dabbling in your faith, having commitment issues.
Yeah.
I think I want to know from y'all. Let's go back to season 1. Out of all the topics, because there were so many, which one resonated with you guys personally or spiritually?
Ooh,
And we're talking about season 1.
Season 1.
season one.
great question.
So many topics, though.
There were so
There were
many.
There
a
were
lot of
so
topics.
many. So, like, if you could just pick one that just resonated with you personally and talk about why it resonated with you so much, because it got us through a lot. Like, we was up here talking so much, and it helped us, like, free some stuff. Like,
Wow.
especially with the friend zone thing, that hit me hard. Because I was just like, dang.
I love it.
Can I get out the friend zone? And we talked about it from the woman being on the other end of that, not the man. So,
Yeah.
let's,
Ooh.
Yeah, that's deep.
Season 1, what resonated with me the most? Definitely the Us 2 episode.
Yeah.
Because people in positions of power are finally, the saying, every dog has its day.
Right.
That can go
yeah.
positive or negative. And I feel like people in positions of power who have been abusing that power and who have been nepotized into those positions and have not earned their place are finally having their day. And they need to have it because you haven't earned your way there and you've mistreated and abused people on your way up, and now it's all crumbling. And that's what happens. Like eventually, no matter how it seems like, oh, this person is getting it and I'm not, eventually it's all going to crumble if you're not doing right by people. And I think that it's important for us to examine what that looks like on us as Black people, and when it's our heroes and when it's our, people we've grown up looking up to, because it's difficult and it's tricky and it's complex. But it's a necessary conversation. And so that really resonated with me because I have lots of thoughts and feelings about that.
Speaking of your lots of thoughts and feelings, that episode specifically, your character Crystal was actually one of the people who had faced some type of sexual abuse. Are we going to dive deep into Crystal's past and how she healed from that, if she's healed?
Okay, I love this question. So while I feel that we will not deal directly with how she has healed from that, you will see growth and healing take place within her just on her life's journey.
Okay.
It's not specifically about that, but you will just see her kind of blossom in all facets.
We
of her
still
life.
got a lot of Crystal to unpack.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Right.
But before we get into Crystal, what about y'all? Y'all got anything from last season, any topic that was just like, this resonated with me?
I mean, I think personally for me, playing this specific character, not necessarily resonated, but I think it was really fascinating for me to see kind of the backlash that she got
Yeah.
because of the type of woman that she was. And I feel like there's such a double standard, period. Whereas if it was a man doing what she was doing, the audience
fine.
reaction would have been completely different. But because it's a woman trying to figure her way out and dealing with the issues that
Trying to
she's
figure her way out. Is that what we're calling it?
She's trying to figure it out.
she's trying to,
Transitioning.
transitioning and
Men love to tell us, I don't know how I'm feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
I think because it's a right. Look at her. But because it's a woman, it was like the audience reaction was complete. She was called a hoe. She was called, and just seeing Twitter and like how they went off on.
call her that.
No,
Wow.
we didn't.
No,
I
didn't know she was called
No, but there was a lot of
Absolutely.
stuff on Twitter that was just like about Simone and the way she was, and it's like, it's such a double standard. So it was really fascinating being able to play that character and like see that type of reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times in entertainment, which we know women aren't really given those roles. It's
Right.
usually the woe is me, or I feel bad she was
Right.
cheated on. But
you
to
don't
see-
really see a woman kind of like step into her power and like, you know, like be the man,
Right.
you know, think like a man. And so I think playing that character was like, it was crazy seeing how Twitter kind of went off and was like, yo, you a hoe. That, like, it was just weird. It was,
But that's
I don't
so
know.
crazy how they didn't support you though in that character.
There was a lot of support. There was, you know, like it went both ways, but there was a lot of like backlash too. That was kind of like, okay,
I love Simone.
thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised at how Twitter responded to it, because a lot of dudes can't take that. They can't take,
Exactly.
Right.
and they can't fathom a woman doing those things because
I just feel like it's
Can't
a lot
receive
of
what
double
they did.
standards. You know what I
But
mean?
want us to be able to fathom it, and want us to be
Right.
able to put up with it, and want us to be able to forgive.
Speak on it.
But you can't forgive if I do it.
oh wait,
Right.
no.
Then you don't do it.
And,
Amen.
and mind you, it was a kiss.
You better.
Like, it was a kiss too. I mean, like, and I don't want to give too much away in season 2, but it's
Yeah.
like Brittany is saying, like, sometimes men do worse and they want justification, but they don't want to give that same energy back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a two-way street, but we have this double standard of society that we live in, so things always get messed up.
Yeah.
RJ, let's not downplay kissing though. Like that's real.
No, it is.
No,
No, but what I'm saying is,
100%. Agreed.
No, it's intimate, but I'm saying, like what Brittany said, like sometimes when a guy does something,
Yeah.
we're like, oh, let's. Oh,
It was
no.
just that-
It was just,
girl,
I'm
yeah,
a
when
guy
you
or
just
something.
Kiss somebody, forgive him, girl. Take him back. Like
No.
even
Right,
other
that's what I'm
women
saying.
will support, like telling you, like it's okay, you just kiss somebody. Well, would he do the same for me if
That's-
I just
that's what I'm
kiss
saying.
somebody?
Y'all better
Yeah.
not lose that good man.
Is he gonna
It
take
ain't
her
right.
back?
Right. Trust
A
me.
good man that's kissing somebody else.
Trust me, if I was dealing with somebody and they lied about where they was at and they was kissing someone else, I'd be hurt. Yeah, but I'm speaking on the fact that there truly is a double standard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. There definitely is. Tequan, so since you didn't answer that question, let's just, I know you probably can't really tell us, but since we on the topic, is Bryson still madly in love with Simone or not? Like, what's up?
Probably not.
That was a
I
quick
think-
response.
He answered it like Bryson. He's
Right.
just-
Probably not.
Yeah,
Probably
but,
not, because
feel
that
like-
was his whole life love.
Season 2, you're gonna get a whole new Bryson. It's gonna be a whole new Bryson.
Oh, you acting different.
Oh.
Differenter. You
No
differenter.
response. As Tequan would say, differenter.
Yes.
Different,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Like
Bryson
FB
is-
vibes or what's up?
Ooh, FB vibes.
FB vibes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, though.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, though.
Let him answer.
So can we not take the fact that Bryson was entirely hurt?
Right.
Season
They
one.
was.
Yes, talk
Bro, I
about
got
it.
your
That's
back. I got your
But
back.
look,
I got your
that's
back.
Is Bryson gonna be one of them dudes that get hurt by somebody and then they just trash everybody else?
My
they knew
God,
it
my
at
God,
first?
my God, my God, my
Yo,
God.
the lighting in here is like,
My God, my God.
the
my
lighting
God.
in here is crazy.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
God.
So March 11th.
Yeah. Was she in the
When all
writers'
else
room?
fails,
Were you in the
Tequan-
writers' room?
Right.
My God.
When all else fails, Tequan just goes, hey, March 11th.
There really
Hey,
is a
look, because
moon.
at this point, like this show, this team of writers, everybody that has their hand in it, they make it so prevalent to what is going on in the world. As you know, especially as Black millennials, like we just out here trying to figure it out. Like we don't really know like what to do in certain situations, but to see you guys portray that in front of us, it like helps us, it heals us, it like brings us up, it gives us things to talk about.
You know
So
what?
if we need to unpack that F-boy stuff because he got hurt, let's unpack
But
that.
you know,
I love
the
it.
dope thing about our show is we also bring everything that's going on right now into what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like social media wise,
Yeah.
Instagram wise, like things are different now.
Yeah.
There's
So-
also no rule book to life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think watching a group of friends kind of try to figure it out on screen helps so many people because it's like there really is no rule book. How do you handle this type of situation? So to see people kind of in the same space as you and like, oh, well, you know, I mean, granted, it is a TV show, but also, you know, like, it's real. Some of the situations are real. Some of the things we deal with are real. So
That's my favorite thing about our show, how relatable it is.
Right.
I feel like everyone can see themselves
That's our favorite
reflected
thing too, right?
somewhere on screen. It's
Right.
literally my favorite thing.
No, absolutely. And I think I think for me personally, I can see myself in a lot of the different characters, whether it's Bryson or David, different things, but even how it's called Boomerang, what goes around comes around, you kind of see people
Right.
do things and learn from their lessons in some
Right.
type of capacity. So I don't know who's in that writer's room, but they got it together. Question that I have, do you guys have any input on the writing that's going on?
I rewrite all my lines.
Okay.
No input on the writing.
You want to know?
But I will say, let me tell
As
you
far
guys.
as far as like the conversations, because I know
Right.
sometimes there's older people trying to tell younger stories.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I will say is this year the writers, because we got a new writers room from season 1, season 2 writers, they really took their influence from what they saw on Twitter, how they saw people responding to the show season 1, and they really started to craft stories around what the people wanted to see, but also what they wanted to say and what they felt like the characters wanted to say. Also, the writers room for this show is pretty young.
Yeah.
They're may
And
not
one
be
of the
as young as
things-
us, but they're pretty young.
I mean, we don't necessarily have input, but one of the things I do love about Dime is like we kind of sit down and have like a conversation of, you know, well, where do you think Simone, even though it's written, like, where do you think she's coming from? What, like, let's talk about the backstory. So we do kind of have that moment of like, all right, I feel like personally she would be coming like from this standpoint, or that, you know, like we do get to have that time with Dime and kind of figure out the backstory. So
That's amazing.
We have the room also to say, I don't think my character
would
say
say
this,
that, right?
or would respond in this way. Or we have the freedom to express that, and then we work around that.
Through it, yeah.
That's
That's
dope.
very interesting.
No, because we've all created our own characters.
Right.
So, like, we know what our character is going to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know what we wouldn't
RJ
do. what we-
especially.
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, I am here.
Let's get
I forgot
into
I-
it. Come on.
Yeah, I
So,
was like,
what
No,
are they
now
going
they're
to tell
here.
us?
Now they're here. So wait, what y'all want to know? What y'all want to know?
We want to know everything.
I'm gonna tell you this: RJ went in this season. He went in.
So I see from the preview that David got a mentor who's also a pastor, or about to have a mentor that's also a pastor. Where is that going to lead him? Because wasn't he just, you know, bumping and grinding and feeling bad about
Can
it?
we also talk about who that mentor is?
oh, I love
Oh
that.
yeah.
Come on,
Hold
Steve.
Let me
Not
address
Steve. I'm
something.
sorry.
Hold up. Let me address something.
That ain't
What-
right.
Wait, what bumping and grinding you talking about?
Elaine. Don't act like you
That
don't
was
know.
one time.
Did you forget?
I feel like it's
Hold
Crystal
up.
and David
Wow.
right now. I'm
Hold on.
uncomfortable.
Hold on, no, I gotta clear the air.
down.
I gotta clear the air.
Get up.
Because you just talked about judgment and I stood up for y'all. This sounds like season 2. But
Right.
David made a mistake and he felt bad about it, okay? He didn't make a mistake and keep it going. By the way, he wasn't bumping and grinding. He bumped into something and then he turned left.
Yeah, they spent the whole episode trying to make you feel better.
Exactly. He was distraught about it.
Right.
He was like,
The rest of the season, actually.
Yeah.
He was distraught.
Exactly.
So are we picking that up? We getting about that depression? What's up?
Well, the thing about David this season, Jaleel White, who's a real dope dude who I've gotten to know over the past few months, he plays the mentor, Pastor John.
Yes.
And David is basically trying to figure it out. I don't want to give away too much, but he's not the same David as the first season. He doesn't have that much confidence. He doesn't have that much... He's not fully present as he should be.
So he has more confidence or less confidence?
He doesn't
less.
have as much confidence.
Wow.
That's weird.
Well, at first.
Yeah.
There's a shift.
Yeah, stop right there. That's
Right, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, there's like a journey.
Yeah.
that he-
That's one thing I love about this season. You kind of, like, season 1 was all of us as a group trying to figure out life. And season 2, you get to see each individual journey.
for
Like,
sure.
each
Yeah.
individual's, like, journey through. Also, kind of how the whole group deals with the aftermath of what happened at the
A
end
lot
of season 1.
happened.
Yeah.
You know,
A lot.
Simone and Bryson ain't together no more. The Graham agency is gone.
Right.
It's a lot.
Crystal
So-
is jobless. What we gonna do about her unemployment?
I know. Oh, don't worry about
Don't
that.
worry. She, you know,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
we
about it.
good, yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
yes, like they broke up. Simone and Bryson broke up, and it fractured the friend group, not just their relationship. So we're dealing with the aftermath of that, and what does this friend group look like in the aftermath of
Also,
these two people?
also, whose side are you on?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And do you have to choose sides,
Right.
and what does that look like? It's.
Yeah.
I mean, we're exploring all of
I
that.
know we're not supposed to choose sides, but I'm definitely Team Bryson.
Thank you. I need you on the squad.
But looking at the preview,
Oh, see, now
though,
we gonna have
you
problems,
know,
all right?
I'm just saying, looking at the preview, there's a lot of arguments. We see flames, big flames. Like,
we see Simone with guns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we get
Again,
into
high concept.
They messed up.
High
They gave
concept.
Simone
Like,
some
damn,
guns.
Bryson-
Season 2.
like Bryson, like, was the breakup that bad that she had to go to the, like, I don't know what's going on.
I'll see, once you see episode 2, you will understand more why there are guns, and It's
That's a good
It's gonna be
thing
clarified.
to address also. Like the first episode back, just for the people that watch or that will be watching, our first episode back, we pick up where we left off. You're not really getting backstory, right? We're getting right into where
the boy looks good.
Okay, we're getting right into like where these friends
We
are.
saw the arms. We saw it.
Now, okay? So we're getting
He's been
into
in the
like
gym.
them, okay? And Bryson and what he's been doing, and all of us, right?
Workout.
Then see episode 2,
it's kind of like you take it
jump back
Yeah.
3 months to
Ah.
when everything
Right.
happened. So make sure you watch both
episodes.
so you can be caught up.
Right.
We got you. We ain't leaving nothing out.
Yeah.
I
Can
mean,
we
make
get a-
sure you watch all
And the first,
episodes.
watch all of them. But I'm saying for that first 2, like you get the real
Right.
backstory in episode 2. So when we come back, we're paying homage to school days, and it's gonna be phenomenal. So
Well, I think Chef started something. So can we get like a poll? Team Simone or Team Bryson?
Oh, I'm Team Simone for sure.
Team Simone, Team Bryson.
I'm not choosing sides. Next question.
Okay, not as David, as
Oh,
RJ.
as RJ.
As RJ.
Same. Next.
Team Simone. Oh, he said Simone.
He
I did not say that. No, I'm not choosing sides.
No.
I'm not choosing sides.
I thought you were saying same as Missy.
No.
He's
no.
saying same as David.
Okay.
He's
Same
not
as David.
choosing.
All right, Brittany. Simone, Bryson.
As Brittany.
Yeah, as Brittany.
I'm team doing what's right.
You better tell them.
Simone and Bryson.
See, mine is a long answer. Like, I would actually be Team Bryson.
Yeah, team doing
But
what's right.
the aftermath of Bryson, I don't know if I really,
But we don't have an aftermath yet. We have a what
Well,
happened,
I'ma
and it's
tell
like
you.
a pin in that.
That's my
You
answer.
just wait
Cool.
till you see.
You'll understand.
Taquan, we already know.
Team Bryson.
You already know.
Bryson.
But see, that's why I think it's a
I'll take
double-edged
Simone.
sword. I think it's a double-edged sword because
Crystal
just
is
how
Team Simone.
just how Simone, we were talking about, people don't know how she got into this point. Black Twitter was talking about this and that as far as her healing mechanism. But it's the same with Bryson.
Right.
He been through some things
Right.
from the household, then trying to figure this relationship
Again,
thing
there's
out.
no rule book.
And
Right.
now he's just, everything is the aftermath of what you put him through.
Uh-oh.
Now hold up. I'm not gonna be on camera and me not say something. Okay. So no. Check this out. So this is something I actually wanted to speak on.
Speak
as
on
far
it. That's
as-
our segment in our show.
That's what it is. All right, well, I'm about to speak on it. So, as far as themes, here's a theme that really resonated with me in season 2, without spoiling anything. And the lovely actress Brittany Inge conveyed this message. So, one thing that happens in relationships is we have a fantasy about a person, and we don't see that
You
person
about to
because
preach.
of that.
You about to preach.
No,
out
I'm
No,
just
he
telling
really
you what
is.
Brittany Inge is talking
Come
No,
about.
on.
I preached
Oh,
it in
no.
the episode, but really the writers preached
Yeah,
it.
the
Right.
writers
It's
preached
really-
it.
it's true.
But I
It's
gotta give
true.
credit to how she delivered it without giving anything away. But the thing with Bryson in season 1 is he was focused on his work, yes, but he had this fantasy about who Simone was supposed to be and who Simone was supposed to be to him. See, that's a whole other person right there. So you can't give all the blame to Simone when there's 2 people in a relationship. But that's the thing that people always do.
It's
Yeah.
very true.
I'm gonna just say this
Yeah,
too,
because-
based off of what RJ is saying and what is written. There's no such thing as perfection.
Yeah.
We will all make mistakes.
Yeah.
And you
And
can
everybody
never
gonna let
live
you
up to
down.
someone's standards
Yep.
ever.
Those kind
Right.
of
So-
mistakes.
But everyone is
Okay.
gonna
No,
let you
I'm just
down,
I'm just
always.
saying.
I feel like Simone
It's
is
true.
dealing with generational stuff. Like her daddy
So
was
is
one of
Bryson.
them. You know what I'm saying?
But so is Bryson.
But it's
So
both
it's
of
like-
them. It's
Yeah.
both of them.
It
Right.
is.
Who's his mother? Who's
Right,
Bryson's
right,
mother?
right.
Yeah, they both
That's
are.
the thing. There's a backstory too. So it's like you can't look at it as black and white and
Right.
and team anyone because it's
Facts.
like there's no teams because first of all, again, there's no rule book, but also there's no perfection, and
Yeah.
also I don't know from my past and how I've seen things and how things have been handled. I don't personally know moving forward what's the right way to handle it. All I know is what I've seen and how I've handled it in the past.
Right.
So it's like learning, but also growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Growth
A lot
is
of
important.
Right.
This season.
There's a lot of growth this season.
So much.
And a lot of the journeys is real.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you right now.
So is David and Crystal ever gonna like cross paths again?
Are they gonna cross paths? It's still love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
they,
still love. Like
We're still in the same friend
Yeah,
they
group.
still
love
in
each
the-
other. They're still in the same friend group.
Yeah, hashtag
So
better
y'all,
friends.
y'all's marriage didn't break up the friend group, but their relationship
And we
broke
have
up
a
the friend
perfect
group.
response to that because Crystal and David are more mature than
Whoa!
That's why I didn't bring up the friend group.
Right.
It's the truth. It's a fact. See, like it's a fact.
And not only that, but that's when you know the love is real. Like, no, for real. Because, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but... What?
That's how you know the love is real.
Love is not just one thing, but
No facts.
Yeah, it's not just like a one version of love. It's different versions of love. But when it comes to someone you actually connect with, even if y'all break up, if it's real, the breakup won't even break y'all up, and that's what happened with David and Crystal.
Are they gonna explore that in season 2? Like
The
why you guys got
breakup
divorced?
won't even break y'all
Yeah,
up.
that's I might steal that. That might be my
So
caption.
It's on film.
I was gonna,
Give my credit.
they didn't go into it the way that I thought they would. She asked, like, do they explore why we broke up?
Oh.
They didn't go into it the way I thought they would, but it does kind of get addressed.
Well, yeah, it's
Kinda.
Well, the way I don't want to give it away.
They didn't do it the way y'all think,
It's
okay.
not.
but it maybe season 3.
It's very
It's kind of nuanced a little bit in there, sprinkled.
Is nuance the word? No, it's just I don't want to give it away.
It
Like I
looks
said,
like Crystal just wasn't happy.
No, I
It
mean,
doesn't get addressed enough to
Right.
even answer
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's just you see, these are two different people. Like everyone says, David and Crystal, like they're this, but literally we see the individual lives, the individual mental hurdles that each other has to kind of like jump over.
But
You
also-
really see them go on their own.
Yeah.
but also
It's
people
beautiful.
just, it's natural. People just grow apart. You're not the same person you were 10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
It's true.
you know.
Yeah.
And we've known each other our whole lives, like especially these 4 characters specifically. So everyone has grown and evolved. And
I just feel like Bryson maybe is as hurt as he was because 1, it's fresh, and 2, he really had these expectations for Simone, and then the slap in the face.
yeah,
But I think that kind of piggybacks to what Tetona was saying earlier about expectations. When it goes into relationships or dealing with people, they're only communicating their own experiences, and sometimes
That's right.
we give them expectations that they didn't even sign up for.
yep.
So
Right. Yeah.
you're only setting yourself up to get hurt by building
that on them.
That's
Yeah.
valid.
and that's not their responsibility
It's
at
true.
all.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
when
valid.
You actually said to Tana saying like, yeah, and now he's acting this way because of what you did to him. But it's like, no, she can't be responsible for how he acts or responds to what she did. She can be responsible for what she did
Right.
and apologize. But his response to it and how he proceeds with his life, that's on him.
Okay, but hold on. Is it?
Right, therapy.
I know, I want to hear that, but it's true. Come on.
Is Bryson in therapy right now?
Is there a certain
Right.
thing about not meeting expectations or being just a bad person or doing something that you knew wasn't right?
Bad
Where does
person,
where does the
But
law?
I hear that.
I
the
get,
line.
I get what you're saying. Like expectation versus like
That's like almost the
that
same thing.
a
wasn't
bad
But-
decision
Yeah, a
versus
poor
a bad
decision.
decision.
You know wasn't right.
like when
No.
it gets integrity. Like
yeah.
Right.
So are you
I get
saying
that.
bad person or bad decision?
Bad decision.
Okay, bad decision meaning you didn't know it was a bad decision.
No, bad decision. Like you made a bad choice.
Right,
you
you made a
knew
bad
you should not
choice.
do
Yeah.
this.
You knew what you were
You-
doing.
We all have done
you
things
decided to
that
do
we
it.
knew we shouldn't
like
do.
100%.
Facts.
We're all
Yeah.
adults here.
Yeah,
That's
bad
what you
decision.
said.
You know when you're doing something you're not supposed
Yeah,
to do.
when you do something you're not
So if you
supposed
do
to.
it anyway,
Yes.
then what does that make you?
That's
Okay.
good.
That makes you
not. No, I'm happy to answer. Okay.
But does it
What it makes
necessarily
you? It makes you human.
Right, it makes
That's
you
what
human.
it makes you. It makes you
It doesn't
human.
necessarily make you a bad
I wouldn't-
person
It just
makes you
because we all
human.
make mistakes.
But it made you a what?
A human.
A human.
A human being.
A person who
but
made,
are you a
It may-
repeated? Do you continue? Do you
That's the
continue
thing,
to
and that's
repeat this
where
mistake?
Are you a
that's
But
now we're getting
because
into
it's
judgment.
like everyone makes mistakes, but
Oh,
if you
but we don't
continue,
judge.
If we're on AfterBuzz, we gotta talk.
no, but
I know.
here's the thing.
We gonna have to
Hold on. Everyone makes mistakes.
Right.
It's only human.
Yeah.
Now, from there, the difference is if you continue to make those mistakes or if you grow from it and say, all right, I messed up. This is not something that needs to be done ever again.
Right. But if he keeps making that mistake, it's insanity.
Right.
So,
Then it's like, all right, well, then you're for what?
Right.
But this goes back to what I guess not a black or white thing, but women say, "Oh, just take them back," or it's not that bad. And men be like, try to do the same thing, but it's still
Right.
it's a double-edged sword.
It is.
It is wild because us as men, it's like
We so sensitive, we won't communicate.
Not
I mean, the egos are fragile.
it's crazy
So
because,
fragile.
and it's
I'm with you,
crazy
bro. Don't
because
worry
we try to hide our sensitivity with
That's what you
quote
get for
unquote.
hiding it.
Well, we try to hide our sensitivity with quote unquote strength that society kind of like
Told us this is strong.
put on us.
Right.
Like, oh, don't cry. Like, don't like. Why are you talking about that? He's too sensitive. They gave Drake the same thing for years, saying he's too
Yeah,
sensitive.
but he has toxic energy though.
Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on Drake.
Because it ain't about him.
It's not about him. But what I'm saying is, it's like, we get in a situation where we hurt ourselves because, like, it's one thing to say, oh, like, this girl hurt me and I feel a way. And it's another thing to say, oh, this girl hurt me. Every girl's like that. Every girl's like that.
Right.
So we have that distrusting, untrusting like way about ourselves as men because we want to protect ourselves. But that's some of the same poison that everyone else drinks too. And then we get in a situation where no one trusts anyone, and now all the relationships are toxic.
That's real.
Self-sabotaging behavior.
It's self-sabotaging 100%, especially in relationships, and
Also,
it's not healthy.
one of the things I don't agree with, I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with, is like the fact that society has made it out for men to be these strong. Like, I get it, but also it's like, it's okay to feel feelings. It's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to talk things out. It's like, that is all okay. It's human. It's natural. It's normal. Like, I'm so tired of society making it out to be like men have to stay strong. They can't talk about their feelings. They can't talk through things. They just have to react a certain way. That's what makes you right. Like,
well, I think they even had in a few episodes Bryson in therapy. I thought that was very methodical because we saw him unpacking things and she really went into it. So how are the conversations with your mother? Is it really this or is it really that? So it kind of showed us, I know especially me, how to get to the root of the problem. So it's like, I'm not mad at this person. I'm mad because it triggers something from my past. So how do I mitigate that feeling?
You know what's more important than that, and not more important, but the fact that we show young black men in therapy, period. That is crazy.
Because we don't really know about that.
And like showing a young black man be proactive in his mental health journey instead of reactive. That is like huge because we all need to be adopting that mentality. How can I be proactive?
When have you ever seen that? When have we ever seen that on TV?
You've never seen that, and I kid you not. When Bryson started therapy, so did Porchia Carter. Okay. Because we was just out here. We needed it.
Yes. I believe in therapy. I'm all for it.
I agree.
I've been a couple times.
Yeah, I'm in it. Like, I believe in it.
So everybody,
you just have to tell the truth. You can't lie when you're in therapy.
Right. Because then there's no point. It's like
there's no point.
It's true.
And understanding the difference between therapy and just always going to your friends, because it's something about a neutral source, a neutral and biased source that you're able to just unpack, and as opposed to your friend that's going to say what you want to hear.
Right. That's the thing. I feel like I feel like when you go to your friends, you get a very biased, because they're there for you. So it's like, hey, let them go, that.
Let them go.
But it's like, no, that's not the solution.
Right.
We need to get down to the root of the problem and why I'm feeling this way and why this person might have done something or triggered something or, like.
And then 9 times out of 10, you need a professional.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yes.
You need a professional.
Who can deal with it like no one else can.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they can help you get to the root of the problem.
It's always easier to have a third party because your friends and like your family may be tired of you talking about the same topic. Because then they can come at it with a different perspective.
And they're biased too.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm curious to what that therapeutic headspace is going to look like in season 2, though.
We go back to the.
You do.
Eventually,
But can I say this at least? Bryson finds a new therapist. But it's not a person. This is gonna be so garbage. He's just sipping a little bit more.
Touche.
Oh yeah. Hennessy. Okay.
Also,
It's
something else
self-medicated.
else that I feel like needs to be dealt with in.
Touche.
So we're gonna get some of that, seeing people feel voids in their heart with substance.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Which I think
Interesting.
And substance is such a subjective thing.
It is very.
I know.
So
That was a bar.
Yeah, that is a bar. No, I caught you. I caught you.
It's true.
Today.
Yeah, you
see what's going on.
we got real deep.
But it doesn't solve anything.
Yeah.
All it does is what? Mask what's happening for
Another
2-3
mask.
Put a
hours,
Band-Aid
and then
on it.
right, and then the next day,
self-medicate.
all those feelings come back again.
Yeah.
So you're not really solving the problem. You're
Goes
just
around, comes around.
Like a boomerang.
okay.
Right.
March 11th.
March 11th.
March 11th,
Okay.
guys.
Speaking of Boomerang, can y'all all tell me which character y'all rooting for the most this, not your own, please.
Okay.
Which character you are for real rooting for the most on this season?
Oh, great.
David.
Okay.
Oh,
You said David?
Yeah.
David.
Okay.
I love it.
You said David too?
No. I was just repeating what he was saying.
Oh,
You
okay.
said David.
He said David.
He said David.
Who am I rooting for? I need to think.
I'm rooting for Simone.
I'm rooting
always.
I'm rooting for Crystal. I am definitely rooting for Crystal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm rooting
rooting
for
for
Crystal. I'm rooting for Crystal too because I feel like Crystal solved a lot of problems in season 1 besides her own.
Okay.
I didn't really
She
see
was like
her
the mama of the group.
Yeah.
She kind of had to like carry everyone's
To be
problems.
real, she's like the mama of our whole group.
Yeah, she really is.
I see her
I
as
want
a
to get into
fearless
Crystal
leader.
more. Like, tell us more about
Yes.
Crystal.
You get to see,
You'll get to see
Yeah,
You saw
you
the
heard
party
me.
scene a little bit. I was like, oh, she.
Yeah,
Oh,
you get to
excuse, she
see.
turned up. No, but
she
you get to see her realize that for herself.
Yes.
What
Right.
you just said. Because I think she was just wearing it as a badge of honor and not really realizing that was the role she was playing.
There was
just
a lot of
trying to-
weight on her shoulders.
Yeah, just trying to help everybody. And then you see her realize, like, oh, that's all I do. And that's all they don't even see me. They just see me as a way to help them.
Right, phone
Yeah.
a friend.
Yeah. And
But
so
yo-
now, and then she steps out.
Has any BET character in history ever been to Paris?
What?
Oh, right.
I don't think
We
so.
actually have an episode where she goes to Paris.
yeah.
And they
But say no more. Say no
Yeah,
more.
say no more.
Say no
Say no more.
Okay, say nothing else.
But we
Crystal
did.
getting
But
flued
I
out.
really got to go to Paris. That's why he's saying
She
that.
get flew out.
Like,
Yeah.
I
She
got
got
to go to
flued
Paris
out.
to
She
film
got
some of
flued
it.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts.
International
amazing.
filming.
It was nuts.
That's amazing. I actually seen an interview. You was on like the BET red carpet, and they were making y'all speak French because you did it too. And then you was like, I
Really?
really want to go to Paris one day. And
Oh,
you was
last
and-
year. Yeah.
Oh my
You was
God.
like, I really want to go to
You
Paris one day.
manifested
Manifested.
So
You
to
manifested
see,
I have to
that.
find. I know what you're talking about, but now I have to
so
find
for
it.
you to share that with us, I just got so much encouragement from that. And then also you, like, okay, so we about to wrap this up.
Yes.
But I just gotta say one last thing.
Oh,
like,
don't forget what you were gonna say. I just want to say I'm rooting for Ari because he's dealing with
Oh,
some.
yeah.
Ari.
He's dealing with a journey within his self, his sexuality, his masculinity that I'm really
Right.
rooting for him to come out on the other side of. Okay,
He,
go
he
ahead.
was here last season. We brought him
Yes.
in
Yeah,
here.
he wasn't here.
Okay,
Mr.
what were you gonna
Leland.
say? Sorry.
okay, so Brittany, I don't know what it is. Like, you're so captivating. I just wanted to ask, like, what kind of acting technique do you have? Because it's like,
Oh my God.
no, I'm so serious. Like, I love all the characters, but it's like when watching Crystal says the less, she says the less out of her mouth, but says the most with her body language. Like, every time you look at her, you feel like she's like expressing your innermost thoughts with her body and with her eyes. Like, you act with your eyes, and I just be like looking at the screen, like, oh my God, what's she saying to me now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing.
Thank you so
Like, you're
much.
really good. You're
Thank
really
you.
good.
Thank you very much.
I just had to
shut
say
up.
that, shout you out.
I received that. I don't know. Did you want me to answer it, or you just want me to receive that? 'Cause I
Yeah.
just okay.
Like,
Is that rhetorical?
you got a little technique or something?
I mean, now I studies the craft. Okay, I'm a
Okay.
craftswoman.
Okay.
And, no,
okay,
I think,
Grandma.
I know. I think I pay attention to everything, right?
You
so
do.
when I'm in a scene, it's not just about the lines that I have to say. There's feeling underneath. There's intention. There's backstory. There's all
Actors, y'all listening?
Yeah. Like, there are all of those things happening, and I don't know. The biggest thing is this. Whenever I'm in a scene with someone, the most important person in that scene is my scene partner, not me.
Be present.
And when you put that focus on the other person, when you're focused on active listening, when you're being present, and you're focused on the other person, you can't lose.
Yeah.
Because if it's about you, then you're telling the story incorrectly. And I'll just leave it.
Well, Brittany Inge just helped so many people. Okay, she just helped so many people. I hope y'all was listening.
And I second that. Like, Brittany, like, working with her, honestly, and I said this first season, like, I've never been as comfortable working with another actor as I was when I worked with Brittany. And it's because she actually practiced what she just preached to y'all. Like,
Yeah, we see
she'll
it.
Take care
We
of
can
you.
feel it.
You have
Yes.
to.
And she'll make sure you're comfortable. She's not gonna point out anything that may throw you off or whatever. She has your back. Yeah. Shouts out to Brittany Inge. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
Brittany
I'm saying.
Inge. You're amazing.
We love
All
each
of you are absolutely amazing. I do want to ask y'all too, because y'all have been working together for a long time. Y'all worked on a teen sitcom together
All night.
all night.
all night,
We're
right?
doing a movie right now together.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Crazy.
okay, so what is the relationship like between y'all two as working together and y'all friendship? How is it? Or do y'all get tired of each other? What's going on?
I
Like,
get tired of her all the time.
oh,
Oh, that's sweet.
No,
That's sweet.
It's sweet.
We've been working together for a long time. How long? Like 3 years?
It's been like 3-4 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, we've known each other for a minute.
Yeah.
So y'all real deal friends.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's fun. You know, like it's fun. It's always fun knowing the person and like being able to work with them. And I think that definitely helped with our characters on the show.
Our chemistry.
Our chemistry and like knowing the person and being comfortable with them prior to, you know.
Yeah, we can
working.
feel that too because even though it was like he was like just a lovebird with googly eyes, we could tell that there was definitely chemistry in the room, you know?
Well, guys, that wraps us up. I know. On the interview, okay? So, Boomerang Season 2 is premiering Wednesday, March 11th. 10:30, 9:30 Central, right?
There you go.
So everybody, why don't you just tell them where they can find you via social media or what else you got coming up next, starting with you.
You can find me on all social media platforms at Chef_Beanz with a Z.
Hey guys, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Missy Vernier.
What's happening, man? It's RJ Walker. Shouts out to all the Atlanta fans. You can find me at Instagram at I am RJ Walker. Boo!
This is Brittany Inge. You can find me on Instagram at Brittany Inge. No spaces, no nothing. March 11th, 10:30.
What's up, guys? It's Tetona Jackson. You can find me on Instagram at It's Tetona Jackson.
And I am your boy at T-Richmond. We're going to wrap this thing up.
We go wrap this.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Porchia Carter. You can find me on all things at Porchia Carter. We out.
All right.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.